welcome to the very first episode of The Art of Confident Driving. Now, I guess the first question you want to ask is, why did I call it the art of? Well, if you look up the definition of the word art, it says a skill at doing a specific thing, typically one acquired through practice. For example, the art of conversation. But here, of course, we're doing the art of driving. So it does require practice. Many of us get into the car and we don't really think. We just get in and start driving. And I can tell you now, sitting next to the many thousands of people that I've had in my car, doesn't matter whether we're a brand new driver or experienced many years, every single one of us has bad habits. And that can lead to not so confident driving. So this is why I wanted to get everybody more confident behind the wheel. Now, what makes a confident driver? Hands up if you think it's driving fast. Naughty, hands back on the wheel. Now, let's ask some questions. Are those drivers who barrel through roundabouts confident that they've done the correct checks, or are they just brazen? Are those drivers who weave in and out of traffic confident that they will not interfere with the other drivers? Are they correct? Or is it just their ego telling them they can? And what about the drivers who tailgate? They must have supreme confidence that if the vehicle in front will brake heavily, their reflexes are so quick that they cannot crash? See, there are many situations where a driver might feel confident, but if something goes wrong, do they have the knowledge and the skills to get them safely out of that situation? Don't forget, many times we are travelling more than 50 kilometres an hour, where split-second decisions are critical to our safety and those around us. I've had some very confident drivers in my car, and many of them have been surprised by their lack of car control when I have actually put their skills to the test. Now, admittedly, I do push my students to the highest standard, because not only do I want them to pass the test easily, I want them to be safe drivers for life. But it is interesting how many of us automatically start getting emotional, in other words, panic, when faced with difficult situations. And unfortunately, that literally stops our brain from functioning, which is quite dangerous when you're travelling at speed. Driving a vehicle requires multitasking of the highest order. Yet many drivers don't give it the attention it requires, often resulting in getting shocked or having to take evasive manoeuvres to avoid a crash. When I get into the driver's seat, I'm a very confident driver. Why? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, I have the knowledge about how to control my vehicle 100%. So it's not 60% or 70% or 80% or even 90% car control. I need 100% car control. So if the vehicle is not doing what I want, I need to action. And that's the difference. We sometimes kind of late brake or don't do the braking heavy enough and we kind of, I'm going too close to the car in front. Well, we could have actioned that a whole lot earlier. We could have had better car control a whole lot earlier. Number two, I have trained myself into healthy driving habits, and therefore I don't need to think hard about driving as most of my actions are automatic and done correctly. Now, it is very easy to get into bad habits, and it can be very hard to break those habits. Ask any smoker. So mindful practicing is the most important part. We need to ultimately have the confidence to be able to get behind the wheel and not think hard about what we're doing. It should become automatic and natural. We shouldn't have to work at it every time we're behind the wheel. Number three, I understand and apply the road rules. Please go to your state or territory website and look up road rules. They should have some sort of road rule refresher course, which shouldn't take too long and will give you more confidence knowing what is required when driving. Many of us do not have the confidence to know what to do on the roads because we simply don't understand the road rules. And number four, and this is most important, I keep my mind on the job. Yes, I have conversations in the car, but they are my second priority. Yes, I will listen to some cool tunes or a favourite podcast, but it is again my second priority. And many times I've had to hit the rewind button or ask my passenger to repeat what they said because I just didn't pay attention to what they were saying. And why? Because there was a situation that required my full attention when I was driving. Now, how many times have we travelled behind another car where the driver was obviously not paying attention to the job of driving? They seem incapable of keeping a constant speed, or they swerve in and out of their lanes. They often go through yellow or even red lights, and they can just brake and turn off to a side street with no warning to others because they nearly missed their turn. I'm sure you've all had examples of inattentive drivers. These drivers are not paying attention to the job of driving. Now, you can't be confident in any endeavour unless you pay your full attention to what you are doing. So what makes some drivers not confident? Even if they have their full driving licence, I've had many parents say, "Oh no, I won't take my son or my daughter on the freeway because I don't like driving on it. It scares me." Or, "I can't drive into the city because there's too much traffic." Or, a running theme with driver education, "I can't park my car." So whether it's parking in a car park on your 90-degree angles or whether it's the dreaded parallel reverse park, again, we don't have confidence. Now, why don't we have confidence? Because we don't have the knowledge and we haven't practiced what we are learning. So whether you need guidance with parking or merging on freeways, or if you've never been behind the wheel before, I will provide you with the knowledge and procedures to become a confident driver. Just promise me you'll always be mindful behind the wheel. All right, so you can get so many more lessons available through our podcast subscription. So please hit subscribe on your Apple device. We will be heading into the Android devices soon, so keep an eye out for that. You can always go to the website theartofconfidentdriving.com to get more information. And of course, I wish you all happy and safe driving. See you on the roads.